What's going on, Jerome's taking a look at another mock draft. Pete Prisco, CBS Sports, an OG in the game, a guy who absolutely gets after it. Love his work, and he's a stud. He is the Napoleon of the football world, so don't sell him short. So he put out his mock draft, and things get nuts. Vikings end up with a quarterback, 6 QBs in the first round. Let's get into it. At the top, Trevor Lawrence, boring. Number 2, Zach Wilson, boring. Number 3, Justin Fields. Niners get into the business of the Ohio State University quarterback, and with his athleticism, his arm, his upside, movement skills, I think that Shanahan will do some nice with Justin Fields, and I think that he will start right away. I think they will eventually punt on Jimmy G. His $28 million and change salary is not guaranteed, so they can just cut him if they can't trade him. There you go. 4, so the Falcons could easily go quarterback here if they don't trade out of this spot, but I don't think there's any trades in this mock draft, pretty sure. And they go, hey, we're going to build around Matt Ryan. Kyle Pitts is a unicorn. So you have Kyle Pitts with Calvin Ridley and the leftovers of Julio Jones. Baby, let's go. 5, Bengals. They decide smartly that protecting Joe Burrow is more important than some more receivers, even though you do have Denzel Mims and Tyler Boyd, so you're kind of good to go there. Penny Sewell, who is ironically the best prospect since Anthony Munoz coming in. Left tackle, no matter what. You got Reef, you got Jonah. Go ahead. 6, Dolphins sticking and picking, taking Jamar Chase. Wide receiver 1 in this class, getting to us some weapons, makes sense. 7, Devontae Smith, all 166 pounds of him. I don't care. Kid is a playmaker, and we worry about durability. He played 4 years in the SEC and came out with nary a scratch. So I think that he's good. I think he'll be fine. So Devontae Smith is the new wide receiver 1 in Detroit. 8, so the Panthers easily could take a quarterback here. Trey Lance and Mac Jones are still on board, but they go Rashawn Slater in this spot. They're going to play him at left tackle. Slater over Darrisaw, over AVT. Going to protect Sam Darnold and see what he can do. 9, so the Broncos should be in on quarterback, either Trey Lance or Mac Jones, but George Payton goes a different direction, building around that defense for Vic Fangio. Micah Parsons is really special and get through the red flags. I think that he will be that dude who just completely rejuvenates and innovates that Broncos defense. 10, so the Cowboys definitely need cornerbacks. Surtain coming on in. He is the cornerback 1 with the fewest question marks, even though I like J.C. Horn. Caleb Farley would be cornerback 1 if he didn't have those back issues, but Surtain is a tough and big press man cornerback. Pairing him up with Trevon Diggs, Bama back together, makes sense. 11, yeah, so Jalen Waddle still on board, and Gettleman decides not to trade down, and getting Danny Dimes that deep threat. So you got Jalen Waddle, you got Evan Ingram, you got Kyle Rudolph, you have Saquon Barkley coming back. So offensively, you're looking pretty good. Oh, plus you have Babytron, by the way. Yeah, 12. So the Eagles miss out on the wide receivers and the playmakers. They could go offensive line here with Darrisaw. I don't think that they're long for a couple of the projects on the offensive line, but cornerback is still a need for them as well. J.C. Horn is that guy. Long, physical, and just really gets after it. I really like J.C. Horn. I think he's an absolute alpha. So him and the remnants of Big Play Slay, a nice little duo there for the Eagles. 13, yeah, this one makes sense. Makes too much sense. We got Slater off the board. Darrisaw at left tackle, protecting Justin Herbert's blind side long term. And the Chargers, this makes a lot of sense. So the Vikings at 14, where the big 4 playmakers are off the board. The 3 tier 1 tackles are off the board. You could go AVT here. You have your choice of the edge rushers. Micah Parsons is gone. A couple of the cornerbacks are gone as well. But Trey Lance is just sitting there chilling. The pride of Marshall, Minnesota, who the Gophers did not offer, by the way, thanks PJ, but was a one-year wonder at NDSU, has got the arm, has got the mobility, and is just a lot of fun. And this is the perfect setup for Trey Lance. I think if he has to go somewhere where he has to start as a rookie, may not work out the best for him, but sitting behind Kirk Cousins for a year, maybe 2, I think this can be the best spot for him. Clint Kubiak and Trey Lance can mind meld, and then think about Trey Lance in 2-3 years, just rolling out, mobility, helping out that offensive line, and then just releasing a bomb to Justin friggin' Jefferson. You love it. You love it. Even though the Vikings still have other pressing needs, they still have 9 other draft picks. And if you're fortunate enough to have the board break this way, where not only is a Big 5 quarterback there, but you have your choice of 2 of the Big 5 quarterbacks, go ahead. Go get this damn thing done. At 15, Patriots taking who? Mac Jones. Of course, the Saban-Belichick pipeline is certainly there. He's going to have a lowdown on Mac Jones. And I think that Mac Jones, if he has weapons around him, can be that early career Tom Brady guy where you win games with him as opposed to because of him. But sitting behind Cam for a year, we'll see what happens. 16, Zaven Collins for the Cardinals. Now, this one makes a lot of sense. Replacing Hassan Reddick, Zaven Collins has that range and can be a great cover linebacker, which is needed in the NFC West. 17, AVT. So they completely revamped their offensive line. They basically got rid of everyone except for Colton Miller. AVT can play right tackle for them, but probably is going to be kicking inside to guard. I think the Raiders, they actually make a smart pick. They actually make a good decision for once. 18. So the Dolphins, they got Jamar Chase up at 6, and now they're taking a shot on Jalen Phillips, where if Phillips can stay healthy, he could potentially be the best edge rusher in this class. Comes off the board as edge rusher 1. Brian Flores, a really nice piece for his front 7. 19. Jamin Davis, linebacker 2 off the board, where he really improved his stock with the stellar pro day, but he was a great player at Kentucky for a number of seasons. So, yeah, Washington, that front 7 defense for Ron Rivera is studly. It's stout. They might have the best front 4 in football, by the way. 20, the Bears. Surprising everyone. They're like, hey, we know that we're going to miss out on quarterback, but hold my beer, hold my kielbasa. The Bears take Davis Mills out of Stanford, where he has extremely limited tape, but has all the physical attributes and the upside, has a really decent arm as well, and he can come in and sit behind Andy Dalton for a year, and then maybe if fake-ass Brad Childress, Matt Nagy holds on to his job, him and Davis Mills can get together the way that he and Mitchell Trubisky never really did. So, a bit surprising that Mills, well, I'm not surprised that Mills is off the board so quickly, but I'm surprised that he went ahead of Kellen Mond. I thought that maybe if there was going to be a 6th quarterback in the first round, Mond would be that guy, but you're betting on Davis Mills' upside. 21. So the Colts need offensive line help, but they also need some edge help. They got rid of Justin Houston, Azeez Ujulari. Man. So he really does harken back. If you're going to have Azeez be a hand of the dirt guy of Dwight Freeney, you have this light, just getting after a pass rusher, and Azeez can be that dude. Plus, redshirt sophomore just scratching that surface of what he could be. 22. So the Tennessee Titans, even though they signed Bud Dupree, they could definitely use some more help on the defensive line. Kwity Paye, no matter what, on that defensive line with Justin Simmons. That's a really nice pass rush for Mike Vrabel and company. 23. So Robert Saleh, he got himself a quarterback. It's fine. You need a quarterback. But Saleh is a defensive guy. Getting his cornerback 1, Greg Newsome, I think that he'll fit in perfectly in New York with the Jets. Now, he could have gone Caleb Farley, but I understand you're going with the known entity as opposed to a guy that potentially could have back issues that could really curtail his career. 24. Steelers got rid of James Conner. They were booty last year around the football. Najee Harris, ironically, is very well comped to Le'Veon Bell, a little bit heavier, but as a guy that can pound the rock as well as be a great receiver out of the backfield, as the corpse of Ben Roethlisberger just limps along for a year, this makes a lot of sense. 25, Kadarius Toney. Woo! Now, I understand the idea of wanting to get Trevor Lawrence weapons, but you're kind of good. I mean, you got DJ Chark, you got Laviska Shenault. You do have a lot of weapons on that on the offense side of the ball. Plus, you got Marvin Jones, but Toney could be that dude. Even though I think there might be a little bit too much crossover in skill set between him and Shenault, but what's wrong with having 2 Shenaults? Absolutely nothing. Plus, Toney, being from University of Florida, already has that built-in fan base, that area of the state. So, yeah, makes sense. 26, Christian Barmore on the defensive line. They got rid of Ogunjobi. They got rid of Sheldon Richardson. So, yeah, they need that 3-tag. Barmore's going to be that dude in between Garrett and Clowney and Tack McKinley. Man, that's fun. 27. So the Ravens never really replaced Earl Thomas, but Morrig in this spot, even though they have other needs, potentially edge. Yeah, this one makes sense. Maybe they go offensive line as they start to estate plan after they're going to flip Orlando Brown Jr. to the Vikings. Yeah. 28, Caleb Farley, Saints. I think this is just too much BPA, and at this stage of the draft, you're fine taking a shot on the injury guy. But him and Lattimore going to be a really nice cornerback combo for years to come. 29, they finally did it. Packers finally take a wide receiver for the octogenarian Aaron Rodgers. The horrible guest host of Jeopardy, by the way. It wasn't good. It was bad, despite what the media says. But Elijah Moore, tough, physical slot dude, has speed, and yeah, this is going to be a pain in the ass for a number of seasons. So Elijah Moore to the Packers, that sucks. 30, Asante Samuel Jr. to the Bills, where They need to find a long-term running mate for Trey White, even though the cornerback room is pretty solid, but they let go of Josh Norman, so Asante Samuel coming in makes sense. 31, a joke. Just a joke. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, where I'm really upset that he fell this far. If he falls this far, I want the Vikings to trade back into the first round and go get him. That's how much I think about joke. So Owusu-Koramoah coming into the division where you have to play against Darren Waller twice a year makes sense. 32. Boogie Basham on the edge, where defensive line is starting to age out a little bit. JPP isn't getting younger. They did resign Shaq Barrett, but Basham could play inside, outside, and also Sue is up back on a one-year deal. Golson's not getting younger, so yeah, Boogie Basham is a good fit for the Bucs, the reigning defending champions. Guys who didn't make it: Caleb Mond, no go. He's going to be cornerback 7 off the board, which is crazy. Travis Etienne, the running back from Clemson, it's fine. Bateman, Marshall, Rondale did not make it. Freiermuth, man, someone's going to get a really good tight end in Freiermuth. Offensive line, Jenkins, no. Surprising. Radins, no. Cosme, no. Mayfield, no. Eichenberg, no. Leatherwood, no. Dickerson, no. Davis, nope. Edge rusher, Gregory Rousseau did not make it. How insane. Insane, because a couple months ago, he was a top 12 pick. Wow. Asai and Away, the 2 physical guys, JOs, both didn't make it. Tryon, no. Onwuzurike, no. Only 1 D tackle taken. And then Campbell Stokes, the 2 Georgia cornerbacks, nope, as well as Javon Holland, no go. Kind of surprising. But yeah, if the board breaks this way for the Vikings, where the 3 tier 1 offensive tackles are gone and the 4 playmakers are gone, and you have a chance to bring home Trey Lance, just do it. Just do it, man. It's like, because what else are you going to do? You're going to take AVT. I get that's a more pressing position of need, and you're all in a 2021, but your potential future franchise quarterback is just there at 14. You don't have to maneuver. You don't have to do anything. Plus, you still have 9 picks. Do it. Just do it, do it, do it. Be your thoughts. Pete Prisco's mock draft. The Vikings get no pants or Trey Lance. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work. Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.